Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are doing well. Am I audible enough? Okay, thank you so much. I thought we need to wait for other candidates to arrive as soon as possible, but I think we need to be on time and we need to start our session. Let's just start the session. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Today is our first session regarding the spoken English. In the orientation session, we discussed few elements about spoken English development. For example, how we can boost up the development and how we can improve ourselves into speaking and how we can improve the word use, the choice of words, and the way we talk to others and how actually do we need to talk to others. So there are different elements when it comes to spoken. There are few elements that need to be discussed and that are required to be kept under consideration when we are talking about the spoken English. So spoken is basically all about what do you know about spoken? I mean, what is speaking? When we are producing sounds, production of sounds to say something is spoken actually, right? So if we talk about spoken English, there are few things that are supposed to be done properly. For example, you have to say few words in certain patterns and you have to follow certain rules and regulations when you are talking to the other person. The first thing that comes when you are going to speak to someone is basically how you are going to start the conversation. The initiation, the start, the introduction of yours is going to introduce you to the other person and it is going to make you recognize yourself in a better way in a group or with other people as well. So we are starting with the self introduction and social greetings because this is the first step whenever we are moving somewhere or whenever we are going into a meeting or an interview or a conference or a group of people, we are meeting them. First of all, what do we need to do? How we are going to greet. In Pakistan, for example, we say assalamu alaikum. We take salam from the other person. So that is the first step in greeting. And after that, you carry on to introduce yourself. For example, my name is Shaza or my name is Ali. These are the things that we say. So there are few things that are required to be focused when we are introducing ourselves. In this session, we are going to consider all of them and we are going to discuss them briefly. So as I have said earlier, that spoken is about creating sound. So, in this session, we are not going to focus on grammar and other parts of speech, but I think what is compulsory is to teach how to pronounce a word or how to say what are the sounds of the words. हमारा जो education system है as like being a student of metric in 16, 17, in 2016 and 17, and I think most of the people here have done their matriculation in 2009, 10, 11, 12 at that time period. So 20 years ago or 18 years ago, the education system was completely different, and a lot of things were not even introduced to us. So now is the time when we are going to introduce ourselves to those things which we are lacking before. So there is a misconception. Why I have added this slide specifically is the reason behind this is there is a huge misconception that has been taught to us in our childhood and in our early time period. What is a vowel sound? So we have been taught that A, E, I, O, U, like I have written over here, that these are just the vowels, right? There are only five vowels in English language. The rest of them are consonants. And A, E, I, O, U, that's all. No, first of all, you need to understand the fact that every alphabet that has a sound a in the beginning or that is creating a sound of a is basically a vowel sound. For example, you comes in the vowel section, right? The last one. But you have heard this before as well, that with the consonant we use the article a and with vowel we use the article an, a and an. But if we are talking about two sentences, for example, I have dash umbrella and I go to dash university. Anybody who can tell me what type of article we are going to use with university and umbrella? Anybody from the audience? No one? Okay. So with umbrella, the U is producing the sound Here it is considered as a vowel, and in the university, it is producing a sound j. Here it is going to be considered as a consonant. So with umbrella, we are going to use an, and with university, we are going to use a. I go to a university. I have an umbrella. So there are this is the first misconception that was required to be removed in all the students. Now next thing, there are long vowel sounds and short vowel sounds. Okay, long vowel sounds mean when we are focusing specifically on that vowel sound, and it is overtaking the sound of the other alphabet as well. Then it is called long vowel sound. For example, in cake, make, day, a sound is very dominant. It is very clear. It is very obvious that the sound is used in it. So this is called long vowel sound. Likewise, in see, me, tree, eyes, time, and light, go, home, stone, use, flute, cute. In these words that I have written over here, you can hear that the sound is very prominent of these alphabets. Likewise, we have the short vowel sound as well. For example, cat, hat, apple. In these sounds, it may seem similar, but it is not. There is a huge difference in between two of these. So, in the first one, in the long vowel sound, the main focus, the sound of the word. Now, the difference between word and an alphabet. ये बिल्कुल उर्दू की तरह है कि लफ्ज में और हर्फ में क्या फर्क होता है. हर्फ कहते हैं अलिफ बे को और लफ्ज कहते हैं हरफों के मजमूए को. तो इसी तरह अगर हम इंग्लिश में देखें तो अ वर्ड इज बेसिकली द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ अल्फाबेट्स. So when one alphabet is taking over the sound of the whole word, then it is called a long vowel sound. And when it is just performing its own function and not overtaking another word sound, it is called a short vowel sound. You can take the screenshot of this slide just to see the examples as well. Now, coming to the point where we have to do today. So, why this matters? Your first impression can open or close doors. I mean, if I talk about myself, I have observed this thing about me. If a person can talk good, only then I am going to talk to them. Otherwise, I am just going to do a little bit of, you can say, an introductory session, and that's all. Your introduction matters. It tells us about what kind of person you are. If you do not even know, like at the age of 23, 25, 26, if you don't even know how to introduce yourself, I don't think you are, I'm sorry not to be condescending, but I don't think you guys are worthy enough to be talked to. So the first impression, it needs to be opening the doors, not closing the doors. Introductions are gateways to relationships. They open relationships. I make friends on the basis of how they talk. I make uh, acquaintances. I make colleagues, good colleagues. I divide them on the basis of how they are going to talk to me in front of another person. Greeting reflect respect and awareness. It tells us how aware person you are. How much awareness do you have? Knowing when to switch between formal and informal is the key. Now here comes the twist. There are three types of communication when you are doing. First one is formal, then we have informal, and then there is another thing that is semi formal. So formal, have you ever seen formal clothing section? For example, you go out for shopping and on some brands you see a formal clothing section and some informal clothing section. In the formal one, you are going to see the blazers and you are going to see dress pants and all these things. And in the informal section, you are going to see the t-shirts that you can use in your daily life. That is something informal. So is the case with human beings. A situation where you have to follow the formalities of the situation is a formal situation. But but if you do not have to follow the formalities, so that is kind of an informal situation where you can be as natural as you are. Where you do not have to put a mask onto your face and follow certain rules and regulations. So that is something informal. But what is semi-formal? So one thing, let it be clear: if you are going for a job, if you are doing a job, you are making good colleagues, you are making good acquaintances. Those are not your friends. So the communication you do with them, that is in between formal and informal, that is semi formal. So you must know the key difference in between these three so you can greet according to the situation. If you are meeting a formal person, you need to know how you are going to greet to them. uh, are you guys understanding, or I am just Yes, I was going to interact with the students. So, are you guys even understanding, or just the words are going above your heads? Kindly unmute your mics and talks about something. You guys are supposed to talk. This is a spoken English class. You guys are supposed to speak something about something. Who is starting from Amra Dar? Amra, can you please explain what I have said before? Have you gotten any understanding? Even the little bit, like raw one, you do not have to be so specific about it. Students have started leaving the meeting after hearing about the participation factor. I don't think this is that scary that you have to leave the class or go out of this. Amra, kindly unmute your mic and talk in the class if you want to participate something or if you want to say something. We are going to discuss definitely the formal and semi-formal introduction of ourselves. But before that, I need you guys to give me a summary of whatever I have said. At least a little bit, a very precise summary. I'm not asking you to give a lecture of 2 to 3 minutes, just few seconds. Okay, let me check if I can unmute you. Okay, I think besides wasting our time, we need to continue what we were doing before, and someone is doing some gimmicks on the screen. So that's quite funny, but let's just start our topic. After that, I request the admins to please remove this restriction so people can participate in the class. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, very well. So I can hear that you can unmute yourself now. So, Samara, it would be very kind of you if you participate in the class or tell me some brief summary of what we have said, or try to introduce yourself. This is all I require from you.
Ma'am, I am Smara Omar and I am doing my job in school and I need to convey the message in the English. It's my job and that's why I am joining your course. I think I can't speak very confidently in those persons who already uh, know about the English grammars and these kind of things. So that's why I joined this group, and I need your help. And I think it's very good source uh, which I have right now. Um, I start my job at least 20 years ago as a teacher, as administration. Now I am in school manager, doing my job. And in this job, English is very important. I think so. Can you hear me?
Yes, Samira, I can hear you. It is so nice to hear about you. Do you want to add
Thank you very much.
something else as well? Kindly continue.
Ma'am, I think so. I have no any confidence to convey my message in the English, um, because I am now in the main office, and I understand it that English is very important for our job and communication skill. I miss it all time. I have no any confidence to convey my message in front of all the person. Uh, like, but now after before when I was teacher, I prepare my lesson. First lesson maybe not done very good, but next lecture always um, be a very excellent after communication, after prepare and speak uh, in front of students. So it will be it all was very were very good for me. But on the spot I have no any idea how I start my sentence, and how I can start my communication to in front of peoples. Like now it's my job required to talk with parents and students and these kind of peoples, so it's quite difficult for me. In front of student, it always easy for me, but mm, I can't face those persons who require excellent English.
Okay,
You can
Samira, it was
understand.
so nice hearing to you and learning about your experience and all the job experience and your skills. You do not miss the skill sets actually. You just need to push yourself toward one step. You are just one step away to achieving what you want to achieve. So, when I was a student back then
Thank you
in
so
my
very much.
graduation days, so I asked one of my teachers, he told me that one of your seniors has gotten a job in a very good institution. So, I asked him, sir, how to develop the spoken English. So, he said, when you are in front of students, you can simply say whatever you want to say because you do
Yes,
not have any
yes, yes.
fear of judgment. So you are
Mhm.
open to discussion, you are open to speaking whatever you want to speak, whatever is in your head. So just the
Yes,
fear of
definitely.
judgment, this we discussed in the orientation session as well. And Sumera, this class is just basically to improve, we can say to remove that fear of judgment from you guys, from the you guys have the skill sets, you guys have the opportunity, you guys have the job, you
Mhm.
guys have the confidence. Just the skill
Mhm.
set and little bit of grooming and the fear of judgment needs to be removed. So this class hopefully inshallah is going to help you, and
Thank you
you are
so
doing
very much.
really, you have given such a good introduction of yours, and whatever was in your head you have communicated it really well. So
Thank
as
you
you have
so very
said,
much.
we I don't know where to start. So this is the push towards the start. Today in this class we are going to study how we are going to start any conversation with any person, a random person, not when they're
Mhm.
asking a question, but when they're not asking a question, when they're just in front of us, when we have to start a conversation. So this is the start of that. So let's just come back to the topic. Thank you so much, Samara. Okay,
Thank you
so
so much.
starting from the formal introduction, here is a structure of what do you need to tell. We do not need extra information from you in any kind of interview. For example, I went to an interview and they asked me, okay, introduce yourself. I do not need to tell that okay, I am from Gujranwala. Gujranwala is a district, it has a lot of cities, the famous food of city. No, they do not need to know about that. They need to know
Mhm.
about you. What is your name, what is your occupation, what is your experience, and why you are here. So this is the structure of a formal introduction. Formal introduction is
Mhm.
required in interviews, in internships, in conferences, in academic events. all the events that require us to be formal and to follow some etiquettes, we need to do formal introduction over there. So this is the structure that we need to follow. Greeting, first of all you have to
Mhm.
greet. In the next slide we are going to study how we are going to greet. Next we need to tell them full name. I had a teacher
Mhm.
back then. She died. She was basically 93 years old. So, Dr. Surya Shafi Mir, I don't know if you guys, if you can Google the name, she will be there. So, whenever we used to visit her class, she used to ask us our name. So, if I am telling my name is Shiza, so she would speak only two languages, either English or Punjabi. तो वो
Mhm.
पंजाबी में फिर कह देती होती थी आगे पीछे कोई नहीं है, माँ प्यो बस पैदा करके छाड़ता है. That was a very back then it sounds very weird, but now I know the importance of telling the full name. So first of all, you have to tell the full name. After that, your occupation, your institution, where you are doing your job, if it is required. If you want it confidential, you have to see where to keep it confidential. But if you are going into an interview, for an interview, you need to tell your occupation, your institution with which you were linked before, and then the purpose, the context, why you are here. I have applied for an English job. I cannot go over there and tell them I want to teach here. What do you want to teach? So these are the things we are
Mhm.
going to understand in the few slides. So formal example one, good morning. My name is Alex Morgan. I am a third year student at Global University studying business administration. I've joined this internship to gain practical experience. Or I have come to interview for this job so I can get some academic excellence and experience for further growth in my life. So, this is how you are going to introduce yourself. Now, good morning is the greeting part. Alex Morgan, your full name. Next, as I told earlier, your occupation and institution. Both of them in the same line, he has told. I am a third year student at which institution? Global University. And I have joined this internship. That is the purpose. So, these are the four things. Kindly note them down. This is the structure of formal introduction. Formal example 2. Good afternoon. I am Jordan Lee from Springfield Institute. I am here to present a paper on sustainable business practices. So, this is from the presentation of a paper, we can see that this is basically a conference. In the conference, that person is introducing. Here, you do not need to tell that I am from Gujranwala, it is in Pakistan. No, you just need to show your work. Your work is going to
Mhm.
recognize you. Next, informal introduction. I hope you have gotten the idea of formal introduction really well. In the homework practice, we are going to practice further. Next, informal introduction, the structure of this. We have talked earlier about this. It is used in social events, friends gatherings. Structure, casual greeting, in the formal greeting, kindly take notes. We used good morning, good afternoon, and please do not use good night in the greeting. Good night is to see off the person. You do not go over there at 8 p.m. in the night thinking, ke, hi, good night, how are you? No, you are not going to do that. Good night is for the ending. In the beginning, you use good morning, good afternoon, good evening. These are the formal greetings. Informal greetings include casual greeting, your first name. You do not need to call your friend with the full name. For example, my friend name is Sana Abdul Malik. So not every time I have to call her Sana Abdul Malik, kaisi ho tum? No, I do not need to do that. Sana is enough. So that is informal meeting. And in a random event, in a random occasion, we do not have to introduce ourselves completely. This is my name. This is my father's name. I'm doing this, that, that. No, you do not need to give that introduction. We go to some informal events to get a gate away from our life. Whatever is happening in our daily life, we need to get an other aspect of our life. That's why we go over there. Do not take your formal introduction to the informal meetings. Do not bring it everywhere. You do not require to showcase your formal personality everywhere you guys are going. Just take your random self, your casual self, your natural self. Next, optional details, your hobby, reason for being there, fun fact. Okay, so only 10 minutes are remaining in this meeting, around 10 to 15 minutes. So we are going to wrap it up. Now, informal example number one. Hi, Emma, Christ friend from college. Christ friend from college means reference. Like, why am I here? I am her friend from college. Are you into music too? Maybe in the background there was some kind of music playing and both of you were enjoying. So you need to ask them, are you into this music? Are you into this kind of music as well? So this is the initiation of the conversation that you're going to do next. So the beginning. Now the greeting part. Hi, hello, how are you? These are informal. Good morning, good evening, good night. These are, you cannot go to a party or you cannot go to an event, you cannot go to a dinner, an informal dinner, and go over there and say, hi, good evening, how are you? No, you do not need to do that. You just need to keep it casual, keep it natural. So, hi, I'm a Christ friend from college. Are you into music too? Next informal example. Hey, I'm Jake. Just moved here from grad school. You have moved to a different city. Just tell them I'm here for my graduation or something else, for an internship or for a job. How are you doing? What do you do? What are your interests? What are your hobbies? Like, talk about these things. Like I said before, you do not need to carry yourself everywhere. That is not required. So, greetings by relationship type. Like you can call your friend, hey, long time no see, yo, what's up? So now we are going to talk about what's up and these things. So you has any person any idea of idioms and phrasal verbs? Do you guys have any idea? You can type your answer as well if you do not want to speak. Seerath has been with us since the beginning of the class. Seerath, Rahma, you guys can type the answer if you know the answer. There is no restriction in not talking. You guys are not restricted to stay silent. Okay, so without wasting any further time, idioms and phrasal verbs are basically the combination of words that आप इस तरह से सोच लें कि दरिया को कूजे में बंद करने के लिए हम कोई idiom यूज करते हैं. For example, I want to say I really love this person. I like him very much. Just say he is the apple of my eye. दरिया को कूजे में बंद कर देना है, ठीक है. और phrasal verbs क्या होते हैं? जी, सीरत, idioms mean to convey your message in another creative way. Yes, very well answered. Yes, these are literary as well. These are used to make your words poetic, make your conversation literary as well. But with this misconception, we often consider them formal. Idioms and phrasal verbs are never formal. They are always informal. Do not use them in formal meetings. For example, I am looking forward to working with you. This is a formal thing. I'm gonna look forward to work with you. Gonna, wanna, I am an icebreaker in the room. These you do not need to use. ओके जी, उर्दू में भी समझा देते हैं. ईडियम्स और फ्रेजल वर्ब्स अगर आपने कभी सुना हो इनके बारे में, तो ईडियम्स और फ्रेजल वर्ब्स जो होते हैं ये दरिया को कूजे में बंद करने के लिए आपने अपनी बात को बहुत ज्यादा लिटरेरी या पोएटिक शायराना बातें बनानी हो ना, तो फिर हम ये यूज करते हैं. मुझे नहीं लगता कि इंटरव्यू में हमें किसी बात को बहुत ज्यादा शायराना बनाने की जरूरत है. तो लाइकवाइज आप लोगों को याद रखना है कि idioms and phrasal verbs are not used in formal meetings. They are used in informal meetings. And sorry to say, pardon, but this is spoken English class. If I am not supposed to talk in English, I think the essence of this class is lost. Then we need to start understanding. I'm speaking very slow, and that's why I stutter sometime, because I have to keep my mind in the conversation. Kindly focus on the words that I'm saying. Kindly start doing listening practice and understanding what is being said in English language. आप जब तक उर्दू में अपने दिमाग को ट्रेन करते रहेंगे, you guys are never going to be fluent in spoken. You guys are never going to be good in spoken language. So start training your brain first. It has to feed the knowledge in English language, and then only then it is going to convey the knowledge in English language. अपने दिमाग को ट्रेन करना स्टार्ट करें उस हिसाब से. अदरवाइज आप तो इसी में स्टक रहेंगे कि मैं पहले इंग्लिश से उर्दू में ट्रांसलेशन सुनूं, फिर उस उर्दू को मैं इंग्लिश में ट्रांसलेट करूं, फिर मैं उसको बोलूं. जैसे हमने उसमें ओरिएंटेशन सेशन में भी हमने ये बात की थी. ओके, so coming back to the point, stranger, hello, I am attending the session too. Is this seat taken? So obviously you are there to take a session. You do not have to tell your name. You just have to ask for the seat. If this is taken or if this is not, can I sit or can I not? That's all. These are the greetings by relationship types. With the friend, now see, as we said, formal, informal, and semi formal. Colleague is the semi formal one, so that's why we have used good morning. Why? Because it is a semi formal, it is in between formal and informal. You cannot call your colleague a buddy. You cannot call them a friend. No, you are not, you guys are not friends. You are work friends. You are work acquaintances. You are colleagues. So you have to maintain a discipline thin line as well. So that's why, okay, I think understanding English language is not the problem, but to speak. Okay, it's good for you that understanding English language. No, serious. I'm not saying that understanding English is not the problem. For some people, it is. But yes, if for you it is not the problem, then good for you. If you are stuck in spoken only, we are going to do different drills, different practices with which you are going to learn. So, moving on to the next slide, etiquette tips. Now, the etiquettes, the manners that really matter, that lag in Pakistani society the most. Use appropriate greeting depending on the formality. Do not say good morning, good night, how are you? Okay. Maintain respectful body language. Do not go and high five your manager or your colleague. Avoid slang in professional settings. Slangs gonna, wanna, I wanna do this, I'm gonna do this. No, wanna, gonna is not something you are going to talk to your elder person like this. Wanna slangs की जो start है ना, that is basically a very जो street people होते हैं ना, जो पॉकेट पिकर्स होते हैं, वो लोग ये स्लैंग्स यूज करते थे. तो फिर हमारे जो इंस्टाग्राम वाले जेंजीज एंड ऑल दैट, उन्होंने इस चीज को पिक किया जस्ट टू लुक कूल. यू डू नॉट लुक कूल वाइल सेइंग वना गोना ट्राइना टू योर एल्डर्स. आप नहीं अच्छे लगते हैं, टू बी ऑनेस्ट. आप बहुत क्रिंज लगते हैं व्हेन यू टॉक टू योर एल्डर्स विद वना गोना एंड थिंग्स लाइक दीज. डू नॉट टेल योर elders that you look cool, buddy. No, they're not supposed to talk to you like that. So do not use slangs in professional settings, or do not use slangs where you have to follow some manners. And use confident but polite tone. Confidence is the key, but confidence is often taken wrong as you have to speak firmly, you have to speak strictly. No, you can keep your polite tone and you can be confident. English spoken में सबसे बड़ा जो एक आपके मुझे लगता है एक आती है हिंड्रेंस आती है, एक गैप आता है, वो वहीं पे आता है कि जब भी हम इंग्लिश बोलने लगते हैं हमें लगता है हमारे पीछे कोई लगा हुआ है. अगर आप 2-3 सेकंड में अपना सेंटेंस कंप्लीट नहीं करेंगे तो हमारी तो बात ही अधूरी रह जाएगी. कोई आपके पीछे नहीं लगा हुआ. यूज सॉफ्ट टोन, यूज पोलाइट टोन, गो एज स्लो एज यू वांट टू. कोई आपको नहीं कहेगा कि भाई हटो आगे जाना है. इफ समवन इज सेइंग डू नॉट टॉक टू देम अगेन. सिंपल. Talk to the people who are going to boost your confidence. We have less than 1 minute in this meeting. So, scenario number one, social event at a birthday party. Someone is near the buffet. You say, "Hi, I'm Sam Alex, roommate. This food looks amazing, right?" As we have talked earlier, informal greeting. Then the first name only, not the second name. Then the reference, why you're here. And then to start the conversation, a starter, an appetizer of the conversation is, "This food looks amazing, right?" You have asked him a question and not put in him into a situation. आपने उसको किसी मुश्किल में नहीं डाल दिया कोई सवाल करके. बहुत सिंपल सा आपने क्वेश्चन किया है. Scenario number two है, we are going to skip this, and homework because we have less time. Observe the real world greeting. आपने कहीं से भी मीडिया से, पब्लिक प्लेसेस से, कोई भी आप इंटरव्यू देख रहे हैं उससे कोई रियल वर्ल्ड ग्रीटिंग देखें और अपने नोट्स बनाए कि व्हाट वाज द सेटिंग. सेटिंग मींस वो किस जगह पे हो रहा था. कोई न्यूज कास्टर था, कोई टेबल टॉक थी, कोई टेड टॉक थी, कौन सी सेटिंग थी. सेटिंग होती है जगह जिसमें वो काम हो रहा हो. Was it formal or informal? How did tone and words reflect